Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us, we have the Wenpzeray D-219. This is an AM/FM shortwave radio with Bluetooth and MP3 player. At the making of this video, this was selling on Amazon USA for $9.90, representing an amazing bargain for the price. Love it. Now when this video releases, hopefully it's around that same territory. If it hits upwards of $15, you can consider other radios, but at $10 value, this thing's absolutely amazing. So let's check it out. Get a white box, nothing fancy. Yep, used to seeing the different boxes. Took everything out of there. Let's see what we get. So in the box, we get the star of the show, the D-219. Yeah, not that D-219, this D-219. Yeah, it's like, what? Same model number? Come on, guys. Get original. I love it. And you also get a charging cable, USB-A to USB-C. Oh yeah, moving up in the world. I like to see that. And we get an instruction manual. Sweet. D-219. I always call it Wenpzeray, P silent. Yep, that's just me. I could be wrong, but big deal. All right, there's a product weight, 380 grams. Okay, interesting. There you go. You got your frequency ranges. You got shortwave, 5.6 to 22 megahertz. Okay, standard FM range. And AM is 10 kilohertz stepped. Very cool. And your MP3 playback. Pretty basic things using Bluetooth. There you go. And of course, power. Now, the neat thing about this is it runs on C batteries or the built-in 18650, which I'll talk about. All right, and then cautions on the back. Don't get it wet. That makes sense. Okay, great. So there we go. Let's go ahead and just move that aside. And let's go over dimensions of this radio. So we have a length of 6 3/4 inches. We have a height with the handle down. So if this was not showing, it would be 3 3/4 inches. And with it extended fully, it's 5.5 inches, top to bottom. Then we have a depth of 2 inches front to back. For size comparison, I'll just kind of throw some radios next to it. What do we got? Oh, the usual suspects. CC Pocket in the house. Current time is 11:26 p.m. That's Central Standard Time. I'm near Chicago, Illinois, USA. For the sake of our band scans, we'll try to cover all 3 bands, give you an idea what this radio can do. Next, we have the CC Skywave 2 in the house, give you an idea. A small shortwave radio, does AM, FM, weather band, and air band as well. Love that. Multi-band radios are fun. And then, of course, if you don't have that, we have Iron Man. He the man with a master plan. He loves cheap radios from Wenpzeray land. He's Iron Man. Ding, 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 ding. Made in China, probably. Yeah, definitely made in China. Anyway, you get the idea, right? Deck of cards. Awesome. Iron Man's awesome. I'm awesome. Okay, great. So anyway, let's talk about this radio. I love it. For $9, I'll be having a good time with this thing. It's pleasantly surprised me. It really did. I like that radio. And you get excited about something cheap. It's fun. I mean, cheap is fun, and if it works, even better. So anyway, let's check out the features of this monster, right? Actually, it's a decent size. So going left-hand side, nothing there. We got our handle. It swivels all the way back. Not really recessed anywhere, but at least it gets out of the way. Good. There you are. Go to the front of the radio. About, what was it, 2/3 of the radio is speaker. Like to see that. 3-inch monster there. I love it. It has a big old magnet on it. Very cool. When I took this radio apart, there's a lot of wires running around, and one of my wires got pushed in between the back of this magnet and the support for it. So it got a little bent. So, yeah, that could happen with your radio too. Now, it didn't hurt anything, but try to fix that. But yeah, it's still a monster-sized speaker, which I like. And behind a plastic speaker grill, very handy. Wenpzeray, proudly printed there. Our dial. Okay, so this window looks scratched up. That's how mine came. There is no little protective dealio on it. I thought maybe mine's used, but I think it's just how it is. Because it works fine, so didn't look like a return. But anyway, you got your FM band, 88 to 108, vertical style tuning. You got a white indicator, which isn't very accurate. Use it as a general guide of being somewhere close, because it's not. You'll see. Anyway, AM. So our medium wave goes from 530 to 1710, and you get the whole range in the US. Rocket, 10 kHz stepped, or universally stepped. It might do 910. You hear a lot of different steps in between. I think they do that on purpose. Also want to mention, FM, I think is 50 kHz stepped as well. I was able to tune my 8775 frequency in perfectly, so that tells me something special is happening with this radio. Shortwave is 5.6 to 22 megahertz. Shortwave is, we'll see what it does tonight, but I wasn't a fan of the shortwave coverage, so buy this radio for FM and AM, and not mainly for shortwave, but for kicks. Yeah, hopefully we'll pick up something. I had a heck of a time tuning shortwave. Going to this side here, we have the tuning wheel and the volume on-off control. Going to the top, you can see our handle here. We'll move it out of the way. We got a bunch of stuff on top. I love it. We have a USB thumb drive for MP3 playback, and of course, our playback indicator right there. Micro SD card slot with flush fitting. Look at that. I put one in there. This is mine. It's a 16 gig micro SD, and it sits flush with the radio. Holy cow. It's a first in a long time, guys. I review a lot of these radios with the MP3 players. Things sticking out like a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch. It's like halfway in. It's like, what is going on? So that's beautiful. You guys rock. Wenpzeray, you rock. Controls. Back, forward track. You get it. Pause, play. You got to rewind. You got to fast forward an MP3 player. Rock on. MP3 player, just so you know, as you play your things, it remembers current track only, not track position. That's kind of a bummer on long files. Just keep that in mind. You'll be using fast forward a lot. Headphone jack, headphone experience, I gotta tell you guys, it's amazing. I'm really happy with it. Holy cow. Now those guys who are really finicky about how low a radio can go and it's still loud at low volume, no way. This thing can go so low, it's so quiet, you can just hear it. A fantastic low volume control, love it. This radio is amazing at low volumes on the headphones. You could go to sleep with it at the smallest setting. I mean, some people really, that's important to them. And I'm stressing this radio can do it. And it sounds good, too. So what can you expect? FM, I had, I'm trying to remember, it's the back of my mind here. I had strong lows, if I remember correctly. Yep, it's strong lows. I had moderate mids, and I would say kind of a little low on the highs, low to moderate on the highs, depending on what station you're listening to. But the highs were kind of cut down a little bit, more emphasis on lows and mids, which isn't a bad thing, especially on FM, MP3, and Bluetooth. When you get to AM and shortwave, it is a low neutral tone. So overall, good headphone experience. I couldn't believe it. So that's amazing. I had to spend some time on that. Okay, USB-C, as you can see here, input charge indicator. Now I measured the input. It was taking a 300 milliamp hour charge from the 5 volt source. So there you go. It doesn't over fast charge it, which is nice. Being a built-in battery, which again, I'll show you a picture of that in a second. But here we got a band selector. So we got shortwave, AM, FM, and MP3. So we'll go MP3 because we're going to do an audio demo. We have our whip antenna, which is 14 inches in length. And it does open up here and swivel. It's kind of a holder, which is nice and recessed with the top of the radio. And of course, that swivels, as you can see there. But mainly resides somewhat protected. That one does stick up a little bit. Going to the back of the radio real quick. We'll get this done. We have our band coverage again, printed right there, nice and clear. And our battery compartment, as you'll see here, is open. So let's go and open that up. That just comes off. And we have a compartment for 2 C-cell batteries. Well, kind of a bummer, C's, but I probably never use C's in this thing. I might even use this as a 18650 bay. I might even put a little holder so I can fit a holder in here. And then I can take out these contacts and then just run an 18650 where I can remove it and put a new one in. That's the way to do it. This radio has a built-in 18650, which I'm going to bring up a picture in a second. What it is, it took just a normal unprotected button top and soldered wires right to it. It's not a good practice, but that keeps the price of this radio at $9 probably. But there you go. So let's bring a picture of that up. There you go. You can see the picture of that battery there. It's 1200 milliamp hours, even printed on the cell, which is nice. But you can see those wires are just blobbed right on there. Yeah, not the greatest setup in the world, but what are you going to do? It's included with the radio. Rock on. Okay, so that's it with the radio on the bottom. We got little feet, and this does stand, of course. Yeah, who would have thought, right? It better stand. So yeah, we're going to turn on to an audio demo. But first, we'll talk about FM reception, and then we'll get to tuning the bands. So, FM reception report, fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. So I do a 5-tier method. This scored 3 stars in sensitivity, a solid good category, finding 60 stations. an average analog radio. This is a DSP radio with an analog dial, digital signal processor. It works differently. It's a digital tune chip, and you have an analog scale, which is kind of weird, but that's the way new radios are nowadays. There's no smooth analog tuning, unfortunately. It's a thing of the past. This is the future, I guess. But it's okay. I'm okay with it. $10. Rock it. Yeah, so this scored 60 stations found, which is above average. Usually DSPs are like that. I was happy with the reception. And again, I think it was tuning at 50 kilohertz steps. Yeah, that's great. Hopefully we can tune that station in tonight. I don't know what it'll be like, but we'll see. And yeah, what else can we expect? Sensitivity and selectivity. So selectivity, I give it okay to good. With all those steps, a strong station stays there. I mean, you'll be like, dun, 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 same station. Also, boom, next strong station. It's like, wait, where's the other one? Where's that faint one in between? I know there's one in between, and it's hard to get that station. So selectivity, I give it just an average, okay to good, a 2.5 star. So this radio gets an overall 2 3/4 star rating on FM. Okay, there you go. So let's turn it on, and we'll rock out to some YouTube royalty-free music on this little micro SD card slot there. Boom, MP3 mode. Turn it on.
Play by TF card.
Okay, I'll start at the beginning of it. Hang on a second.
Play by TF card.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
NBC presents Frank Lovejoy. on Smith will bang. Repairs will still be hot. Expect success. Normally those things jolt me, but tonight I'm too busy addressing a stack of envelopes for Richard to waste any time trying to straighten Irma out. Jane, who are you writing to? No one we know, honey. You see, Richard is greatly interested in the primary elections, and he's coming here with a stack of election circulars he wants me to mail. Circulars? Yeah, you know, there's a picture of the man, and underneath it is a description of what he's done. Oh, I know, like those pictures of Al's friends that are hanging in the post office. No, this is a different kind of circular. You see, these men hold offices.
So you can get really, really quiet. Still playing. It's amazing. Alright, cool. As you can see, I love the volume control on this thing. It's really good. Oh, yeah. So anyway, this speaker, 3-inch speaker, sounding good with this radio. Yes, amazing. So let's go ahead and just pause that real quick. So we're going to go over to the shortwave band right away, right? Yep, have fun with that. I'm going to hook up a wire. I'm thinking the best way to do this. Yeah, so the wire is going to help me. I'm in a subfloor basement. Again, I'm near Chicago, Illinois, USA. And the current time bumped up to 11:39 p.m. Central Standard Time. I think it's add 5 hours for UTC. And yeah, so let's get this. It's a little wire. It's like a Kato T1 wire. You can pick them up for like $13 or so. You can get cheaper wires. And they work just fine. I noticed the Katos have a thicker gauge to them than the cheaper wire, so just letting you know, they last longer out there. I've had some strung up we have really bad winters here, ice, snow, everything, and I had one strung up for 6 years, strung up outside and never took it down, and it's been fine. I finally took it down just to make sure that it was working properly, put up a new one. It was okay still, but put up a new wire. But anyway, let's give it a go. So we're at the bottom of the band. Now, shortwave was during the day, it was below average. I found like 5 stations. I typically find about 12 or more on a typical inexpensive shortwave radio. But I couldn't find anything because it's really hard to tune. It's a weird tuning mechanism. It's not like stepped like the traditional DSP stepping. It's kind of got this wash sounding in between. And I noticed on the AM and shortwave, now FM is definitely step sound. But the AM and shortwave, it's not as distinct. It's kind of a weird... You'll hear it. It's just more difficult to tune for shortwave. So let's go ahead and just turn it on. Maybe it was just me that day, but hopefully we'll find something. It'll just be hard. So we have... Wait, I turned it off. Hello. Okay, shortwave. Now, it would be nice if we had an indicator showing we're on, but... Okay, we're picking up something. Let's see if it's a shortwave station.
While the rich get richer and the high boys. That's the thing that got Martin Luther King.
Okay, so that is, I don't know, probably 58 something or 59. Yeah, this is, of course, recordings of Brother Stare.
In poverty. I'm reading that article because I want to tell you that the scriptures will come together.
That the word will be received like the parable of the sower and will be understood, and if not immediately grasped.
Here's 5.93 megahertz.
I want to know more about this, and I didn't completely understand, but I have the faith to want to keep coming back to grab hold.
Anual del Ministerio de Energía y Minas. La estrella naciente, el primer participante en la inauguración.
And this is probably 6.03 megahertz, which somebody said is Radio Marte. And yeah, I thought it was Cuba for all this time, but yeah, definitely strong signal, so I'm guessing they're right, East Coast, and I didn't know that. For a long time I thought, it's Cuba, yeah, but it isn't. 6 megahertz is, but it's sometimes difficult to get.
Poner en Pinar del Río en fuego, que incluso los han vandalizado. ¿Qué nos puede decir al respecto?
Realmente,
So not too bad. We picked up 3 broadcasting stations. Better than 0. I'm going back and forth just to see. It takes a bit of patience here. Going really slow. data mode. 40 meters. Okay, hold on. Come on. Some CW. Oh. That might be 7.2 megahertz. Or, sorry, 7.4. So as you can hear, there's no distinct stepping. It's kind of this like voot, voot sound. It's really weird. It's very difficult to get the stations.
Una mentira más grande y lo veremos en el camino si es que estoy equivocado porque también tengo derecho a equivocarme. Esto de los paneles.
I mean, they're trying to mimic an analog experience. And I'm going as slow as I can. Now, I heard some talking there. Possibly medium wave breakthrough. Possibly. I'm not sure. But with these inexpensive radios, you're going to have some. That may not be. But just try not to overload it by, too long a wire, or if your wire is too long, just kind of bring it in a little bit if you have a real antenna. Okay, we're going to zip up a little bit and then go to FM. See if we can't pick up anything else. You think you hear something? Hear something?
Quickly,
come on.
Yes, you are. Yeah.
That shines in my pathway so clearly, so bright.
I was fighting a little bit of backlash, I think.
And its fall is a doom. I've started.
Okay, I think we're done. Pretty much with shortwave, we get an idea. It's really tedious and difficult. Can't even get the time signal. Should be right around here. Okay, well, you get the idea. We're done with that. All right, so that's shortwave. In a nutshell, it's basic. If you have the time and you're in an emergency situation, you want to just sit there, and you have the time because you'll be sitting there doing nothing except for listening to the radio, then you have time to mess around with shortwave. So, but we're more interested. I'm going to go to FM. So AM, MP3, back over to MP3, FM. There we go. And yeah, so yeah, I like how the board's put together. It's all on one piece. It's a really nice setup. And it has all those modular connections on the back of the PCB as well for the speaker and battery and everything. So you can definitely modify this thing. All right, so we're going to go to the bottom of the band on FM. Oh, I unhooked my wire. What am I doing? Todderbert, get a brain. Hey, don't repeat that. Oh, you guys are going to repeat that. Todderbert, get a brain. Todderbert, get a brain. Oh, man. Come on, antenna. All right, there we go. Cool. A little different orientation. All right, turn it up. Let's rock it. Now, I can't hover on music, so shoot me. Because, yeah, I mean, there's some good songs. You want to, hey, I wish Todderbert would have hovered on that song. So do I. All right. Now, those who know, that's 8775 low-power audio station out of, I say audio station because it's actually a TV channel. Was it channel 6? The audio portion of it that's somehow grandfathered in and still able to broadcast. We'll see if that's a thing in the future. I don't know. I'm not political, but Trump's getting rid of a lot of things and bringing things back, so I don't know what's going to happen with this station, if it's going to go bye-bye. That's the other thing I worry about. Is the AM band going to go bye-bye? Probably not, because AM band's all right-wing, so I think it's there to stay, so yeah. But anyway, with FM, 8775, it's tuned in perfectly, so I have a feeling this radio tunes in 50 kilohertz steps. Makes it more universal as a radio for a world radio. So there you go. Good song.
Jesus, how he's changed my life.
Don't bother me with your fairy tale stories. How dare you talk about
To know anything other than this.
Right.
You know, whereas you and I have met many of our listeners.
Patterns by location, then we can know how we can create customizable solutions to it.
I wanna love like Jesus, that kind of grace. I wanna live like...
Yeah, the last station's a really cool blue station coming in good, 90.9. I'll put the call letters up here. Love that station. You can actually, if you have a, what do you call that? One of the Ocean Digital radios, Wi-Fi radios, you can look that up and put that in, and you guys will love it. It's such easy-going music. I love it. It's just nice. Nice Chicago blues.
Try to go our separate ways. We're back. Trim up and stay lean. And it's made a difference for you? Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s.
My story.
Right here in my...
I remember the taste of your tongue.
Más información sobre tu derecho a permanecer en este país y vivir el sueño.
35. 93.5. 35. Hey, you guys know what I'm talking about. That's all I remember in my head. 93.5. You can kind of see the dial indicators at 95, so it's a bit off. But whatever.
Acceso a apoyo a la salud mental, atención prenatal, pediátrica y preventiva,
Come into the...
And you don't need prior training work.
See, I don't want another headache dealing with the insurance companies. Let us get you all...
It tastes better than the $80 bottle of wine. But it's because I...
I couldn't believe it.
Okay, so you got your phone on and your school check, but I usually repaint with...
A lot of people get really worked up about Valentine's Day. To me, it's just the day before, right?
Option for your previous policies as well. You may...
Okay, let's do this.
Where today's best variety lives. B103.
And then you come home to me.
It's easy, but hear me though, baby girl.
Guaranteed return, tax deferred, only from Professional Life and Casualty.
Call me as plain Jane, FedEx 30. Ahora sí como de los violentos.
Okay, there we are. Cool. So let's go ahead and go to the AM band, which is one click over. And then we'll go to the bottom real quick. I'll just probably, a minute or two. because I still have to give my final thoughts on this thing. And we're at the 30-minute mark. It's always 30-minute mark, but I enjoy doing these, and hopefully you guys just skip ahead where you need to. So I'm going to watch the whole thing, which is fantastic. You guys are the best. So here we are on the medium wave, right? AM. All right, cool. At the bottom, we'll just go through, get my locals now. During the day, it was great on locals and good on semi-locals. I was very impressed with the reception this radio gave me. So you'll definitely enjoy this radio. Now, of course, it's definitely directional sensitive, too. You may be completely dead, and you're like, oh, this radio ain't working. Well, just make sure you're pointing it the right way, and boom, it'll pop in. It's pretty nice. So a little bit of patience, and you'll have some great reception with this.
The land of opportunity, but you got to get out there and make that opportunity happen. In my 61 years, this is what I found out. And, this woke agenda with the catchphrase.
I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options.
So the popping you're hearing is just the tuning when it's doing it in and out with the tuning wheel. Once it's locked in, though, on a strong station, you won't hear any kind of popping or crackling or anything like that, which sometimes is a problem with the strong stations and cheap radios. This radio does pretty good.
Sun on America's favorite beaches and kayak through the shade of mangroves. Tee off on a PGA course and
I think that's 670.
Children are believed to have frozen to death inside a van
640.
in a parking garage.
abilities go on.
I can't get 650.
Says she called for help.
Bummer. Okay.
Expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's
glad to hear that. Fran and Austin, back to WGN Radio.
Hey, Raleigh. Well, it's good to hear that Bonnie is home.
720 WGN Chicago.
Than getting home from the hospital.
Oh God, yes. It's like the worst night in life is the night.
Smooth music. 740 Zoomer Radio, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. Yeah, nice.
Baby, you're so sexy.
In fact,
on the Edens, it's looking pretty good. 15 minutes late, go to the Kennedy Junction. 15 minutes back out.
780 WBBM News Radio. As you can hear, it's tuning in nice. Now, if this was an only 9 kilohertz stepped, it would hear it different. It wouldn't be as clear. This is nice.
Westbound at that romantic O'Hare Airport. Moving just fine so far. On the Eisenhower, still.
So that click, you're hearing click, click, that's a little bit of backlash on the tuner. So it's right in this backlash territory. I noticed it was right in here when I was tuning the shortwave. So yeah. So that's what you're hearing there. Oops.
Jane Addams into the Jane Byrne interchange. Just 13 minutes in from Mannheim. 13 back out.
I want my hair to look as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair in the world and one of many award-winning.
C'est très 30 marques, merci beaucoup de venir interprète. Merci Tatiana Polova. Je te renvoie tes enfants. Et nous on se retrouve tout de suite après le.
CJBC 860 Toronto. Now, if you look, the medium wave seems to be lining up pretty good.
Ici Alex Castonguay. Rencontre entre Zelensky et J.D. Vance. Insert a perfect sleeper without sales.
Some startling truths. September 11th was still more than a week away.
In the world they cultivated, I love preparing and eating.
When you love has been going through this week.
Okay, I'm going to go to the top of the band.
Survey or Avacin captive.
As you can hear, there's a lot to find. Now, that internal antenna is 2.25 inches internal ferrite, so not bad. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. So I was trying to get 1610, but should be pretty loud. Okay, that's probably 1610 CHHA, Toronto, Ontario. But yeah, you get the idea. There's a lot to be had on the AM band at night. And of course, during the day, I told you it's amazing. So, all right, here we are. We're done. Yeah, you guys made it. 34 minutes. Holy crap. Likes, headphone jack. This is amazing. Dude, this headphone jack alone experience is, what? It's $10 radio. How? It can't be that good, but it is. Unfortunately, it's not FM stereo. I forgot to mention that. But there's no low-level hiss, so hey. Hopefully I'll put those in pop-ups, because I just remembered to say that. I was more like worried about telling you about how good the experience is. It's amazing with getting that volume low. A low cost on the radio. Hello, right? $10. Bluetooth, MP3 player. Hey, wow, it's like add-ons. Decent reception on medium wave and FM. I really enjoy tuning those two bands. Fantastic. Shortwave, it works. It's just not I'm not a fan of it. Rechargeable battery included. Okay, that is beautiful. Plug it in, charge, go. You don't have to buy any batteries. And that battery should last you a while. And if you're thinking about time, how many hours, give or take, probably 20, 25 hours. It's pretty efficient looking radio. I assume it's going to be about 20 hours if you're doing moderate volume on radio. So anything else like Bluetooth or MP3, yeah, it's going to use more juice. But you can always replace that if you feel like you can solder to terminals. I'd rather you put something in the battery bay, like, do what I was thinking about doing with the C battery bay. Take those things out and build your own little holder, and or see if you can fit a holder in there, and then just put your own 18650s in there and upgrade, from 1200 to say 3000 or something. That's what I would do if you really like your $10 radio and you want to have fun. I mean, it's a project, So I do like this. I have a dry battery bay and I have C batteries, so I'm cool with that. I'm happy. I'm glad it has that. At least it has that in case you don't have a way of doing rechargeable batteries. And of course, the USB-C is a nice thing to have for charging. Dislikes and wants. Again, replaceable 18650 would have been nice. A lot of radios have that nowadays. So a tuning LED would be cool. Build quality, I'm a little suspect. Get a $10 radio. Again, like I said, I saw a pinched wire. That could just be mine, one-off. But build quality is questionable, but not horrible. Just questionable. I wish it had stereo on headphones, because it would be so nice if it had stereo on Bluetooth and MP3 and FM. Oh, wow, that'd be great. But it doesn't have it. And I wish for better shortwave tuning. I would love just steps. Give me the steps. I'll be happy all day long with that. They can have that weird tuning on the AM band. That's fine, the analog type tuning. But yeah, shortwave doesn't work as well. So definitely give me step tuning so it locks in better. And I forgot to mention, I do like a 3-inch speaker. Rock on. So an overall opinion, I can give it a definite upvote from todderbert. Yeah, definitely upvote. How can you not? This thing's amazing. Excellent choice for a budget portable radio. If you need something as a backup or you need something in the household instead of your phone, really, this is nice to have. Believe me, this is great. Turn it on and go. I mean, that's what I learned. People go, "Yeah, I don't need anything. I got my phone. I got this and that." And I'll tell you what, to get things going quickly, nothing beats a radio. I'm telling you, to click on and tune exactly where you want to go. Boom! I'm like simply this instantly. I love it. Now I got a phone out and got the FM radio, and I'm like, oh damn it! And I gotta go find my preset. And, then I gotta find the app. So no, this is great to get some information now, really quick. Can't beat a $10 portable radio. So there it is. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like, if you like Wenpzeray radios and want to see more, subscribe at the bell icon, get notified of future radios from this company or from other inexpensive companies. I'm a fan. And of course, 3, comment below. Are you going to pick up a D-219? This D-219, not that D-219. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, let me know if you're going to pick up this radio, if it's on your radar or not, after I reviewed it. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.